This is an account of the Ashmiran Revolution, historical account by Ballister Corellius, myself, the High Sage of Santos. To begin with, we start in the Carnotsis Belt, an area in the Central Sea stuck between the two continents of Ravenus and Shing. In particular, we are looking at the island of Ashmiral, which is well known for being a place of great tranquility and massive forests. The original Ashmirans were named Yatok and Drayina. They lived peacefully for many years and had 4 children. The first child was named Loren Magdai. He was wise, intelligent, and strong-willed. The second child was named Vidir. He was strong and impulsive. The third child was Rotreeman. He was quiet and hard-working. The fourth child was named Arakan. He was power-thirsty and cruel. The 3 brothers became the foundation of the 3 tribes of Ashmiral: Tribe Magdai, Tribe Vadir, and Tribe Rotreeman. Little is known of the tribe known as Arakan, but they were involved in the original battle between Galfirax and the other tribes. But first, one must know of the great hero Horeth Kai, who had great renown during the First Age. Horeth Kai was the direct descendant of Loren Magdai himself. He was a hero of great power, and he slew many insidious monsters throughout the island. But 100 or so years after his death, a black dragon came to the island and took over. The dragon's name was Galfirax. Yokjani the Wise said, "Fear him, as he is the devouring one. No light reflects from his eyes. He drains the very blood of Horeth Kai's corpse to brew a wicked and powerful tonic. Evil knows no master. He is the wind and the death of all things. He is Galfirax." This quote is from Yokjani the Wise. Now Galfirax was resisted by the ones known as the Magdai Druidic Council. They sealed him away and combined their forces to give a knowledge known only to them. Using this power, they locked Galfirax within Mount Dorlakai on the northern tip of Ashmiral. The 3 tribes also defeated the Arakan at the Battle of the Elder Throws, and as the Arakan desperately tried to open the cave to free Galfirax, the Rotreeman, Vidir, and Magdai defeated them. They knew that if Galfirax ever escaped, he would devour the entire island. Thusly, the Arakan were banished north to the island of Torgoth, and so there has been peace for a while, at least until the Third Age and the coming of the Imperium. In the year 700, the Imperium landed in the very southern tip of Ashmiral. Originally, the Vidir and the Magdai and the Rotreeman banded together to create a great resistance, and many thought that the Imperium would have little success, for they brought only a single legion to the island. The Plains of Treachery became a known location for the final battle, and the horrific assault upon the freedom of the people of Ashmiral was said to be plotted upon. But beyond knowing and beyond the reason of even the valiant rebels, there was a traitor in their midst. And so therefore, the Imperium knew about the plans of the Vidir and the Magdai and the Rotreeman to surprise the Imperium invasion. And so, when the Magdai forces struck from the rear, instead they found prepared Imperium hoplites, who slaughtered them and speared them upon their blades of death. The Imperium stained their cloaks in the blood of fallen Magdi. Afterwards, the Plains of Treachery became known as such, for the volcanic smoke that rose out of the land, and the hordes of crows that feasted upon the dead Magdi flesh were a scene that shook the very hearts of all of the people there. It was considered a great crime for any pure-hearted Magdi or Vidir to step foot upon the very Plains of Treachery. The individual known as Tarsiel Twinblade became known as the Great Traitor, and it was suspected that he, as one of the lead rebels, had been the one to give the Imperium the information that they needed to so badly defeat the rebel forces. And so, across the land, Tarsiel Twinblade was known as the traitor. He surrendered to this individual, Zadokis Zardosa, who became governor of Eshmeril and ruler of all the land. Zadokis was a loyal servant of the emperor and the son of Arakos Zardosa. Although Zadokis was a cruel leader, he was not especially known to execute large numbers of individuals. And so he ruled Eshmeril for many years without much in the way of controversy. The first tides of change began with the organization of a group known as the Revivers. Although the Revivers were eventually betrayed and destroyed, somewhere along the lines a young rebel known as Meridim was said to have gained his passionate hatred for the Imperium among some hidden quest or secret mission around Blackstone. Although little is known about this time, or even what Meridim himself looked like, eventually it became clear that what we know as history happened, and Meridim Twinblade arrived in the town of Yorlam. Yorlam at the time was a small city, and firmly under the Imperium oak. The Imperial ruled it, and it was firmly located in the very north of Eshmeril, bordering the great and wild Elder Wood. For several years, we know that Meridim Twinblade was active in this area, although we do not know the details of his activities. However, an organization known as the Loren Order arose out of his many activities in these areas, and we now know that the Yorlam established Loren Order became a rebel force that resisted the Imperium at all turns. They attacked and harried several supply routes, and many of them were known to be strong and fierce rebels and warriors. In the year 1715, the count and ruler of the city of Yorlam was the individual known as Amon Sul. Amon Sul, pictured here, was mysteriously killed in the year 1715. And at the time, the Imperium attributed his death to reviver lawlessness. History books have now been rewritten to establish that it was in fact Meridim Twinblade that felled the Great Lord. What became certain even after that was that the great citadel Braskoon, the ancient seat of Vidir power in the north, was soon liberated by Meridim and became a beacon of his rebellion. In the year 1718, the desert warriors of Adu Garab declared war on the Imperium, and battles surely ensued in the Chronosus belt. The Adabites captured the island of Thrun, and many refugees came into the city of Blackstone. At this point, Meridim Twinblade became a figure of some legend and renown among the local people. And the image that we see before us is the one that we now know he was attributed to. He had two blades called Anglengus Blade and Azardeth, and he rode upon a great elderwood mastiff. The locals know far and wide that he was their prophet, and they called him the Avenira. And so ends my first account of the history of the Eshmiran Revolution.